Welcome, friends, to a presidential adventure set in the world of Warhammer 40k, or rather 30k. As tonight, we will be adapting the Wrath and Glory role-playing system for a one-shot adventure, taking place during the Horus Heresy to celebrate the upcoming tabletop role-playing game set to arrive soon. And I, Henry Cavill, shall serve as the game master and historiographer of the Remembrancer Order in cataloguing humanity's achievements against the mutant, the heretic, and the alien.
Great to have you here, Hank. I want you to know I think you're the best Batman the silver screen's ever known.
Oh, for God's sake, Joe, can't we get one night of coherent thoughts from you?
It's not my fault you wouldn't let me bring Jill to smooth things over. You get what you get. Plus, I don't want to hear it from you. I might start calling you Dementia Donnie, the way you can't remember some of your own tariffs.
Knock it off, you two. Mr. Cavill was gracious enough to step up after Ben left us hanging with our last Warhammer campaign, and I didn't invite him here so you could argue all night.
Please, Barack, call me Henry, and it's my pleasure. I asked to be here after I saw that episode you guys did. You can't find that kind of dedication for Warhammer just any old place. And I should know, you wouldn't believe the strings I had to pull to keep sole creative control from Amazon Studios for my new 40k show.
That was always my policy when I was in office. Make it clear who's calling the shots. I can tell we're going to be the best of buds.
Slow your roll, Joe. Everybody wants to be his pal. He's one of the coolest nerds in Hollywood. Speaking of which, Henry, how do you stay so likable? Like, how would you keep your approval ratings from dropping below 34%? Asking for a friend, of course, not myself. Someone with low charisma like Barack.
I think the spray tan finally went to his head. You know I'd still be president if I could run for more than 2 terms. And don't forget it.
Well, Donald, it's all about dedication to the craft, but I don't have to tell you all about that. I can see you've made new characters for this adventure, just like I asked.
Yeah, I was confused about that.
Wow, what a shock.
I was all ready to start with skill upgrades for my Inquisitor to hunt down the Orc menace.
As much as I'd like to see that, I can't in good conscience take over someone else's campaign. Of course, you still might face down a Xenos threat or two, but I want to dial things back to the 31st millennium, where the galaxy is in flames and the Emperor's glorious vision for humanity lies in ruins. Following Horus Lupercal's treachery at the Istvan massacres, legions now stand divided as countless worlds burn in a war to engulf all humanity. As battle lines are being drawn and loyalties are questioned, the 3 of you find yourselves stranded, assigned to far-flung space marine companies and scattered to the galaxy's edge by the Great Crusade. You have witnessed battle brothers turn against each other, seen unspeakable atrocities as the cursed seeds of rebellion have taken root within your legions. Although you managed to rally some loyalists at Oryx Van, your forces have been decimated by what can only be described as demons. The screams of the innocent and the pleas of the righteous resound to the cruel laughter of dark gods. Suffering and damnation await all should the war be lost. The age of knowledge and enlightenment is over. The age of darkness has begun. Now then, I would like each of you to introduce your characters before we start.
I'll be playing as veteran Assault Sergeant Bidenor of the 9th Legion. Blood Angel rituals always reminded me of some of the parties Hillary used to throw. Plus, I always dug the idea of the red thirst and the heightened speed and strength that comes with it. It's a perfect fit for when I go full Dark Brandon. As far as equipment goes, I've decided to go with a classic bolter and chainsword weapon choice and selecting escape artist for my talent. Between the 3 of us, I've got the most experience pulling troops out of no-win situations.
Yeah, I wouldn't go around promoting that if I were you, Joe. For my character, I'll be playing as Brother Librarian Obamalek of the 18th Legion. The Salamanders, much like myself, have always prided themselves in their compassion for humanity, never seeing the sons of Vulcan as being above regular mortals.
Gotta say, that's a perfect choice, Barack. You really look the part.
Huh. You know, the Codex does say that, like their Primarch, the Salamanders have skin black as...
Joe, we've talked about this. If you find yourself agreeing with Donald, that's usually not a good thing.
Hey, I never said there was anything wrong with that.
Me neither. Salamanders are just as bright and talented as rich Astartes.
I swear, you guys. No, don't let them get to you, Barry. You'll outlive them both. All right, putting that aside, I've selected an assault flamer for my war gear with a reserve bolt pistol. Despite the edict of Nike banning psychic activity, I'd be remiss if I did not apply my selected talent of Battle Psyker for the glory of him on Terra.
Typical rules for thee, not for me, Democrat move, Obama. As for myself, I will be none other than Siege Captain Trumparion of the 7th Legion. We are going to stop the crime and murder from these traitor legions with some big, beautiful walls. You've got Rogel Dorn saying he's never seen the likes of these walls, and he's seen some big league fortifications, believe me. Now, once again, I've held back on my character sheet to give you two a chance to keep up, going with a power sword and storm shield for my weapon loadout and eliminator for my talent. We're eliminating waste in Medicaid, and we're going to do the same to Imperial traitors. Bigly. They'll never see it coming.
Oh, they'll see you all right. They'll just mistake your fat ass for a Nurgle worshiper.
That will do just fine, gentlemen. We'll begin our story aboard the battered strike cruiser, Deceitful Orator, drifting like a wounded beast through the void, scarred by warp storms, enemy fire, and the weight of betrayal. Once a proud vessel in the Emperor's fleet, she now limps through traitor-held space, her hull groaning with every pulse of failing power. In the depths of the engine compartments, loyal Mechanicus crews have coaxed the sublight drives back to life, just enough to push the ship forward in a desperate crawl towards Terra, on engines not meant for interstellar flight, deep within space, ruled by the Warmaster's corrupted legions. The warp engines are shattered beyond repair, torn apart in a violent exit from the Immaterium, leaving you no escape through the Sea of Souls. You are the last surviving Astartes aboard, a grim trinity of warriors left to command the broken remnants of a scattered loyalist force. Around you cling desperate survivors, guardsmen, serfs, tech priests, and other crew members, exhausted, afraid, and looking to you for salvation. As the deceitful orator limps near the dead world of Thorix Delta, a strange calm begins to settle across the warp. The storms that had screamed for months abate, enough that the ship's lone astropath stirs from her fevered trance. A high-priority communique pierces the gloom with impossible clarity, as if spoken into the astropath's very soul. A Vermilion-level transmission, source unknown. At the same moment, auger scans of the dark side of Thorix Delta reveal a vast presence.
Rosie O'Donnell?
Don't interrupt.
Thank you, Joe. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. A massive, unnatural conglomeration of shipwrecks, voidcraft, and ancient metal detritus, fused together by time, warp exposure, and madness. A space hulk. It drifts silently, half submerged in the planet's shadow, cloaked in darkness and flickering power signatures. Suddenly, a transmission crackles across the ship, the broadcast piercing the astropath's mind like a hot blade, forcing an uncontrollable intrusion through her tortured interface conduits. Static distorts a voice that seems to carry the authority of the Emperor himself as the Space Hulk looms ahead in your viewport. The command deck's holoprojectors flare to life, their graininess unable to obscure the majesty of Custodes' armor encasing the dour messenger, his communication coming through cold and laden with urgency.
To all sons of the Imperium still holding the line, this message is directed. You are few, yet not forgotten. This is Constantine Valdor, and it is with desperate hope that we reach any remaining Astartes in the Segmentum Obscurus. Although the galaxy burns with the fires of betrayal, a matter of grave import demands your strength. A space hulk, designation Blackened Eternity, has made warp translation within your quadrant long presumed lost. Astropath ruminations have all but confirmed Imperial life signs aboard. Brothers of the Vulca, Fenrica, their Imperial Guard regiment, the Fangs of Fenris, and a detachment of Mechanicum tech priests endure within. Their survival defies probability, but corruption festers and the stench of Xeno's taint clings to the vessel. You are ordered to board, investigate, and secure what you can. The Blackened Eternity's ability to navigate the warp. It can only be with the aid of the Warmaster's ruinous allies. By now, you all have witnessed his treacheries, and the arrival of this space hulk cannot be coincidental. Your mission supersedes all standing directives. Humanity's fate may hinge on what lies within. Carry out the Emperor's will, and do not fail.
The message ends abruptly, and the weight of the custodian's orders hangs heavy in the command deck. What will you do?
It's not like we have a choice. An order from the Captain General of the Custodes might as well have come from the Emperor himself.
Plus, it sounds like this strike cruiser won't get very far on its own. We might be able to salvage parts from the Space Hulk for repairs.
And it couldn't hurt to rescue the Space Wolves and get some real warriors besides me on this ship, although they can't be that tough if a few Xenos are giving them trouble.
Well, we have no idea what threat they're facing, or why they're even here. And the message said something about Horus's allies. Could there be traitor legions on that ship?
Howard, do we have access to any information on the Blackened Eternity in the ship archives?
I won't even have you roll for a skill check. The deceitful orator's data vaults contain little more than fragmented scraps. The cogitator bank groans as its data drums spin to life, their sanctified bronze housings etched with faded catechisms of acquisition. A flickering hololithic image stutters into existence, presenting a brief summary. The vessel is listed in limited mechanicum indexing under the designation Blackened Eternity, though its classification is inconsistent. Records from the Segmentum Tempestus indicate a derelict matching its description was encountered by a rogue trader expedition during the late Compliance Wars in the Kelrothian Reach 70 years ago. No further contact was made. It is believed to be a nascent space hulk, not yet fully formed, but already monstrous in scale. The component vessels appear to span a wide temporal range. Pre-Unity Terran bulk haulers, Great Crusade-era warships, even elements bearing markings of unknown Xenos origin, possibly greenskins scavenged wreckage. A brief scrap of data, redacted heavily by Martian sigils of warning, hints that at least one ship within the Hulk may have been part of the original expeditionary fleets. If true, it would make the vessel over 2 centuries old, and possibly carrying...
Carrying what? Prototype weapons?
Xenos tech?
Chocolate chip?
We'll never know. The hololithic image is too degraded for any further information to be gleaned. Whatever secrets lie aboard the Space Hulk, you'll have to discover them for yourselves.
Then what are we waiting for? I want to order the ship's crew to locate an entry point and have the serfs on board ready our weapons.
Henry, while we're moving into position, I want to roll for tech use to see if the ship's Sensorium Adept can scan our strike point and try to detect movement. I'd feel better knowing what we're walking into.
Good thinking. I think I'll give just a brief refresher of the dice mechanics in case anyone forgot.
Listen up, Sleepy. That means you.
Every challenging interaction, be it action, combat, or role-playing, will have a difficulty number or DN, which represents the number of icons needed. Your character's skills and attributes will determine the number of dice you may use. Rolls of 4 or 5 equal 1 icon, while a roll of 6 will net 2 icons. Gaining a number of icons equal to or greater than the DN allows you to successfully pass tests. As this will be a one-shot adventure with a few harder enemy types, I've decided to start your party with a pool of 5 glory points, which you may use to re-roll failed checks or add to a test value. The system will also be a bit modified for quicker play, but we'll also be incorporating wrath criticals and combat shifts as we encounter them. So given the twisting nature of the Hulk, interference from residual warp energy and surrounding debris, interpreting the scans will require a DN of 3. You'll get 4 dice to roll.
Sweet, that's 6 icons.
Great job, Barak. The ship's cogitators whir and hum as an adept brings the Auspex arrays online, sending a pulse out into the void, scanning the approaching docking bay of the Blackened Eternity. Faint, ghostly blips greet you on the readout, and though somewhat fragmented, the shifting symbols coalesce into clear signatures of several organized masses. Concentrations of darting movement can be seen closing in from multiple levels above your target point, while a few errant signals indicate movement down branching passages.
These have to be the Xenos the Custodes mentioned. Nothing human could move between levels that fast, not even through access tunnels.
We can't be certain. We don't know if the traders have some new weapon at their disposal. We should leave the crew at the ship and start in alone. Can I set up a Vox line and get status reports from the cruiser?
Of course. The strike cruiser's Vox array crackles as you tune into the command frequency of the deceitful orator. The line opens on an active transmission already in progress as the voice of the ship's captain echoes through the bridge speakers.
This is Strike Cruiser Captain Bernhold Sandrius of the Armada Imperialis. As our approach to Terra continues, I am once again asking for your support.
He stops mid-sentence, noting you're patching into his system-wide address. You notice the brief metallic click, like the lowering of a data slate followed by the faint hiss of Vox runes being switched to a secure channel.
Apologies, my lords. In lieu of the order from the Emperor's Spear himself, I felt it prudent to issue a sector-wide distress signal given our present situation. And let me just say, if agri-world governors and the 1%er regents would only pay their fair share of the imperial tithe, you would not see the erosion of the loyalist forces to traitor oligarchs like what we're dealing with. Just take a look at...
Perhaps another time, Captain. We are boarding the Hulk now, but I want updates on the Orator's status every standard Terran hour. This could turn dangerous. Fast.
Understood, Brother Librarian. I will continue to watch our systems and monitor your progress in the blackened eternity. With your permission, I'll relay sensorium dex scanner pulses to help you map the vessel and alert you of life signatories.
Granted, something feels off about this and we'll need an escape route should the worst happen.
We don't know if traitors are even on that Space Hulk. I know what happened to the Salamanders on Istvan Obamalek, and I can't wait to slaughter every betrayer to the Imperial truth. But there's no reason to think this isn't just another bug hunt. Now let's get in there and locate the survivors. If nothing human came up on the scans, they're probably deep in the interior of the Hulk. We'll extract them, repair the ship, get back to Terra, and make the Imperium great again.
Well said, Trumparion. Your strike cruiser's hull creaks slightly as you approach the blackened eternity. The docking bay comes into view, a cavernous opening, dark and filled with the debris of forgotten ships. The walls of the vessel pulse with unnatural light, the very air thick with the scent of decay and the copper tang of old blood. Still, this section of the Hulk endures in uncanny wholeness, bygone mechanisms still sustaining atmosphere and gravity, allowing your passage without the indignity of a mag boot trudge. Ahead, the darkness beckons, broken lumens overhead casting a flickering pallor across the derelict Hulk's ruined corridors.
Let's move in, brothers. For the Emperor. I want to ready my bolter and move our formation into the Hulk. Do I detect any alien filth?
Roll for active awareness against a DN of 2.
Sanguinius weeps, that's only a 1.
Aside from the groaning of pipes and echoes of your footfalls, nothing appears out of the ordinary. You continue to advance another 20 meters down the corridor, the floor slick with oil and charred servitor parts. Without warning, a section of the ceiling collapses, and 6 pale insectile forms drop like living shadows, landing with fluid grace. These Xenos are unlike anything you've ever encountered before, moving with unnatural, machine-like precision despite their bestial appearance. You are immediately beset by glistening bony hands bearing powerful, razor-sharp claws as the faint sound of the captain's warning comes too late through the Vox. The aliens seize initiative and begin combat, meaning you'll have to roll against a hit test with a DN of 4. That's 4 icons for Trumparion, 5 for Bidenor, and 3 for Obamalek. The large Xenos at the head of the pack charges directly at Bidenor, more open to reveal jaws of needle-like teeth while reaching out, claws extended. The beast leaps towards him with a screech, missing its mark, as the veteran sergeant's advanced reflexes allow him to sidestep at the last minute, sending the alien reeling, claws scraping against the thick metal floor as it lands with a heavy thud. Meanwhile, Trumparion manages to pivot his storm shield in time to deflect one of the Xeno's monstrosities attempting to strike at his exposed back. Its claws glance harmlessly off the reinforced plate with a dull clang as the creature struggles, vulnerable to a deadly counterstrike. However, Obamalek is unable to avoid an attack from one of the wall-crawling abominations as it creeps along the corridor's ceiling like some twisted arachnid and leaps down. It strikes at him from above, slashing with spiked limbs near a weak point in his Mark II shoulder plate, driving cuts deep into his flesh. A rush of pain pulses through his body, the wound stinging as acidic blood seeps through sheared-off talons, resulting in 2 wound points for the Salamander. The remaining 3 Xenos dart further to the shadows of the corridor, stalking the outskirts of the battle. This will make their turn a reflexive action, adding +1 to their defenses in your combat round.
All right, time to dial in. Henry, I want to kick off our combat turn and target this alien, just like I had the IRS target Tea Party groups. Can I initiate a multi-attack? I want to use my bolt pistol against the Xenos on top of me and unleash a Prometheum Hellspray with my flamer against any close-range Xenos that are clear of Donald and Joe.
Of course, a multi-attack will increase the defense bonus of each target by +2. I'll also give another defense point to any Xenos caught in your flame of fire as a penalty for switching weapons. However, I will let you roll with an additional die for each attack, considering they are both short range.
I can live with that. I mainly want to get myself clear and hopefully put a little distance between these enemies to give us a better chance.
Roll to beat a DN of 4 with your bolt pistol and 5 with your flamer. That's 6 icons for each.
Nice one, Brobama.
You quickly draw your bolt pistol as your enhanced reflexes kick in to force the barrel upward, feeling it align with a soft section of the creature's stomach. Roll for damage.
Not too bad, that's 3.
Explosive rounds pass effortlessly through flesh and muscle, impacting with a wet crack as they connect with the alien's spine, sending the creature slumping to the floor, screeching in pain, staggered for its next turn. You briefly notice a subtle shift in the attacking patterns of several Xenos, as though they can sense the pain of your latest target and turn to focus on you. These thoughts are quickly dispensed with as you raise your assault flamer and send sweeping jets of liquid fire towards a cluster of 3 of the creatures. I'll have you roll for this damage as well.
Damn, just 1 icon.
Flames engulf the Xenos, blackening their chitinous armor. Suffering minimal agony from their already bolstered defenses, the creatures quickly retreat several meters away to escape the inferno. However, your use of a flamethrower has illuminated their position and removed their stealth bonus.
Thanks, Barry. Now let me show you how a real hero of the Imperium gets things done. Henry, I want to charge at that same group and roll for a sweeping slash of my power sword to purge this scum.
Indeed, the cramped passageway provides a sufficiently confined area that the aliens could not avoid your sweeping blow, if you can manage to land a hit with a DN of 6.
Good things come in 3s, Henry. I'll have 3 slaughtered aliens and 3 terms in office. Simple as that. What the hell? A 4! Henry, don't you play Superman? Truth, justice, the American way? How the hell can you call yourself an American giving me rigged dice like this?
I've, never claimed to be American. Technically speaking, neither is Superman.
Shut up, I'm trying to think. All right, guys, I think I want to use a couple glory points to make it a successful hit. I know I can do some serious damage to these things. Hell, I'll probably kill them outright.
Go for it, Donnie. The old Bidenator's ready to finish the job when you screw up.
I don't know, Joe. If he treats his attack like a trade war, he could definitely land some killing blows like he did to the economy.
Suck a crack grenade, Barack. Let me roll for damage in peace. Would you look at that? 6 icons and a Wrath critical. What a great roll. Everybody looks at me and says, wow, these are some great rolls.
Quite impressive, Siege Captain. Trumparion barrels forward, activating the energy cell of his power sword. With blistering speed and precision movements, you unleash a flurry of slashes, cleaving through the creature's exoskeletons, the plasma edge of your weapon slicing carapaces and extended claws alike.
Yeah, I'll admit that was pretty good, Donald, but a real hero of the Imperium wouldn't let one get away. First things first, though, I'll follow up on Obama's moves.
What else is new?
I want a roll to finish off the alien that attacked Barack, the one that staggered.
That will require a simple movement as part of your action. But considering the beast is stunned, I'll only have you roll for damage and consider it all a singular action.
That's a bit generous, assuming movement for Joe is simple. Let's hope this Space Hulk doesn't have any sandbags.
Quiet, you.
A fine roll with a damage of 4 icons. The Xenos, even in its stunned condition, flails wildly, droplets of acidic blood splattering with hisses against Bidenor's ceramite armor as the veteran quickly swipes his chainsword through the alien's skull. The Xeno spasms briefly before falling still in a pulpy heap.
And that's how you finish the job. Let's move on.
Does that mean you wish to end your turn?
Yeah, Hector. Try to keep up.
It's Henry, Joe, and I think he means...
It's too late, Obamalek. The Blood Angel, forgetful of the foe he sidestepped earlier, now finds himself engaged once more as the creature nimbly recovers, charging at the veteran sergeant, starting its next combat round as if seeking vengeance for its brood brother.
Ah, fiddlesticks.
That's 5 icons you'll need to beat to avoid damage.
Damn, that's a 1. Are you guys cool with me using glory points to avoid a hit?
Hell no, we're not.
Come on, Donnie, we literally just let you use 2 points.
And I was amazing. This is Joe we're talking about. We don't even have enough to keep him from taking damage. We'd be in debt to the Game Master. Not that you'd have a problem with that, Barry, but unlike you, I want to cut our fraud and abuse. I say let Joe take the hit. He needs to learn he can't have things handed to him.
Like small loans of $1 million?
I hate to say it, Joe, but I think he's got a point.
Unfortunately, Bidenor, unless all active players agree on the spending of glory points, I cannot allow it.
Fine, let me just take this knife out from my friend stabbing me in the back, and you can roll for damage.
Well now, that's interesting. 3 icons and a wrath critical. As I am not allowed to store exalted rolls, I will roll to apply additional damage to one of you. 1 or 4 for Donald, 2 or 5 for Barack, and 3 or 6 for Joe. A 4 then.
Rigged.
Instant karma, Orange Man.
The creature nimbly darts under Bidenor's defenses, carried on sinewy insect-like limbs with talons that slice upwards through the Blood Angel's rib plating, dealing 3 points of damage as pain shoots through your torso. In attempting to dislodge the creature, you turn to face Trumparion, leaving an opening for the Xenos to land a wild slash of its serrated tail, landing an extra blow for 3 damage points against the shield captain, producing a long, jagged gash along his elbow joint.
Seriously, even with my storm shield? Well, at least it wasn't my ear this time.
Quite so. Now, I believe it is Barack's turn for his combat round.
All right, Henry, I want to leverage my Battle Psyker talent to improve my focus on this next shot. Unless I want to give Joe a Prometheum bath, I'll need to pull off a pinpoint called shot with my bolt pistol. I want to roll to target the Xenos' head in a bypass armor roll.
Very well. With your talent in place, the DN to hit the squirming monstrosity will be lowered to 2.
Here goes nothing. That's what I'm talking about. A 3 and damage of 4 icons.
Obamalek reacts instinctively, turning his drawn bolt pistol and firing a lethal round directly at the creature's face. The shot flies true, tearing through the creature's skull and sending it hurtling to the ground, its once menacing form, now a lifeless, twitching corpse. The librarian lowers his pistol, reloading with a practiced flick of his wrist as this combat round comes to an end.
We did it! No thanks to Joe!
Come on, man, lay off. That could have happened to anyone. We had no idea what we were getting into.
I'm still not sure we do. Did you notice the way they seem to react to each other and move together? Never seen anything like it before.
An alien's an alien, Obama. Doesn't matter to me as long as they're behind a wall or purged for the Emperor. If that's all we have to worry about, we'll find the survivors in no time.
What about the one that got away? Is there any sign that more are coming?
The corridor is deathly silent. Only the rising of steam from the corpses and the stench of alien flesh greet you as the moment of quiet is broken over the Vox.
Siege Captain, Sergeant, come in.
Bernhold, this is Obamalek. The Imperial Fist and Blood Angel are with me.
My lord, they were too fast. I can barely trace their movements.
It's all right, Sandrius. We handled it.
Negative, sir. Hostiles inbound forward and to the left of your position.
From deep within the twisted corridors, a chorus of claws and shrieks returns in force. The clicking of talons against steel echoes like hail across a tomb. 1,000 claws, each strike growing closer, more urgent. Tension mounts as the Space Hulk rumbles as if coming to life, its twisted metal walls closing in around you. The sound of the enemy grows louder still, a mindless tide of hunger, driven by something darker than mere instinct.
Sounds like MAGA Republicans.
In the darkness ahead, you note subtle flashes, glints of dozens of predatory maws lined with razor teeth. A storm of Xenos barrel down the hallways before you, flowing forward like a nightmarish sea of teeth and claws. Alas, the rest of this adventure will have to wait for another time. We do hope you have enjoyed this preview, and we look forward to getting the entire adventure out soon.
In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Be sure to stay tuned for more presidential dice rolls where we make adventures great again.